There was a little monkey who lived in the jungle deep in Africa. This monkey's name was George, and he was very curious. One day, a man wearing a yellow hat was walking in the jungle and saw George. The man liked George very much and decided to take him to a big city. The man in the yellow hat caught George and gave him a banana. As George was enjoying the banana, the man caught him and put him in a sack. George got on a ship with the man in the yellow hat, and they sailed to the big city. George was very excited on the ship and wanted to explore everywhere. When they arrived in the city, the man in the yellow hat took George to his new home. In his new home, George was curious about everything and wanted to explore everywhere. The first thing he did was to play with the telephone. When he picked up the phone and dialed the number, he suddenly called the fire brigade. The firemen arrived immediately, thinking it was an emergency. When they saw George playing with the phone, they got very angry and took him to the fire station. At the fire station, George was very scared and somehow managed to escape. While wandering the streets of the city, George saw a bunch of balloons flying from a man's hand. He jumped up to catch the balloons and flew into the air with them. George watched the scene below as he flew through the city with the balloons. Eventually, the balloons exploded in the air and George fell to the ground. Fortunately, the man in the yellow hat found George and took him home again. The yellow hat man was not very angry with George because he realized that he was just curious and wanted to discover new things. George settled into his new life with the yellow hat man and had many adventures over time. Because he was always curious, many funny and interesting things happened to him. But the man in the yellow hat was always there for George and helped him.